Evening, folks. Gunny here once again from Gunny Worm. We have a repeat client. We've done this one a few times. Proceed to the route. There's a few bugs, a few what have you. Not overall bad condition. Just your normal grime, everything. So we're gonna go ahead and set up. I'm gonna try to take you, we're gonna take our time with this step by step. Not necessarily all the processes, but you know, when people say, well, why do you charge this amount or why do you charge that amount as opposed to a regular car wash? Well, you're gonna find out why, because it's a lot more than just a regular car wash. But let's go ahead and get started and we'll see what we can do. So what we have here is we're doing the wheel. We spray up the cleaner on, let it sit a second, and then we start agitating it. We do it 2 times per wheel. You can see a little browning. You would think with dirt roads and stuff it'd be a little bit more, but we kind of keep this vehicle up to a certain extent. I think we do it like twice a year. She may or may not drive it a lot. That might explain why it's not heavily caked up. But regardless, whatever the case may be, it still has to be cleaned. You can see it turning a little brown, not like some, but a little brown. So each wheel is taken with this type of care. Wheel, rim, get inside of it after. You got the little different brush for the lug nuts.
And this one's a bit different. I think the lug nuts are behind this cap. So they're probably not even dirty.
Yeah, get inside the wheel well and whatnot. Get it for your finite.
Grooves in this little Chevy logo.
So with that being said, you know, the reason we do these videos, and one is to promote your product, and two, you know, yeah, you're right. You can pay $40 for a car wash. You can pay $30, whatever, but it's not going to do the thing. So there's a big difference between a car wash and detail. So, you know, I've had people say your prices are too high, but there are people out there who have higher prices. So it's not for everybody. It's whatever is in your budget and what you can afford. We do have different packages. So with that being said, don't think you can't afford it. You know, just reach out to us and we'll see if we can work something out. But the time and effort that goes in all this stuff, you know, is where the price comes in. So that's one wheel, and multiply that by 4. I'm not going to obviously show each 4, but just to show you the one, and then go on from there. Then when we get to the body, I'll show you that. All right, the next step, what we do is we call the foam bath. Just kind of letting it soak. I already pre-sprayed the bug, that one up front. So you get the general idea of the foam bath portion. So let me go ahead and get that. All right, let that sit a second, not too long, just enough to saturate, and then we'll wash it up. So about 20 minutes later, we have come to the finishing parts of the wash. Got all up in here with the little detail brush. Yep. Just the finites is what they call it in the detailing industry, the finites. Go. And again, this is not a high pressure washer to damage the paint. I think it's like 1600 psi or 15, something real small. Alrighty, folks. We're getting ready to do a floor mat. This is one of, we all done the same. I'm gonna hand this to my partner, that way he can film me doing it right quick. Watch your hands blocking.
Yeah, I know. Not used to an iPhone, dude. I'm always on
Yeah,
Samsung.
but you're blocking the camera. Well, not no more. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm not used to iPhone.
All right. All right, so you get the general idea. That's 1 out of 4. Now we just rinse it off. And if it needs a second coating, which I don't see much on here even, I would do, if it would be real brown, I would do 2, but it's not real brown. So that's the general technique with the floor mats, drill brush it. Gunny here once again back at it. Just to show you, this is not heavily hammered. So I take my secret sauce that we mixed up, or you could use whatever have you. Sometimes you spray it on a cloth, sometimes you spray it. I'm gonna just go ahead and put a few squirts just to mist it, since this is not heavily corroded or what have you. I'm sorry about the shaky movement. I'm by myself right now, but you want to make sure that you wipe all of the interior. Basically, just as you would clean anything. So while I'm back here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some other things too. Now I use a dedicated leather cleaner for the leather, which this is not hammered by any means. But in the vacuuming stage, which is going to be in a second, make sure to get all your crumbs. If there was anything in these perforated holes, I'd do something with that, but there's really not. So you want to make sure you take the toothbrush and get in all your little nooks and crannies. The vacuum may get most of it, but I have my dedicated leather cleaner, Meguiar's. No, I'm not endorsing it, but that's just what I use. I find it works pretty good. And you simply just want to, now not much is going to get in the pores because it's not really heavily. But anyway, same procedure. lift this up. Wrung the rag out real well, so not much is getting, if any, in these slots. I'm sorry. Wasn't sure what a camera was there for a second. But anyway. You do get the general idea. So we're going to do that throughout the vehicle, the plastics, everything. Back of the seats, this side, the back. Then we're going to shampoo, vacuum and shampoo the carpets. Then I'll show you guys that.
More powerful than the last.
Gunny here back at it. So we're at the carpet extraction part. And we're just going to take you in and show you, even though the carpets look clean, we're about to find out, you know, they're not heavily dirty, but you sprayed all this? Yeah. They're not heavily dirty, but as you can see with this powerful extractor, it's really not, it's coming up like a mocha color. Not brown, not black, not none of that coffee stuff, but just kind of a mocha, so to speak. I'm gonna get in on this because I know you guys like to see that.
I like this extractor better than the old one. The grip's a lot more comfortable.
So you basically keep doing it, or we do it. We don't try to, I don't want to use the term half-ass, but cut corners. You basically do it until that water comes almost clear. Then you go to the extracting phase, which is just no water, just sucking up the water. And for all in all, it gets it pretty dry pretty quick. But see, that's almost clean already. So this really wasn't dirty. I know one car later in the week is kind of a good bit dirty, so you'll truly see the power of it when it gets to that. But right now, you're just kind of seeing this part of it.
I use a decent amount of the soap just to be safe.
That's fine. As you can see, it's very windy. We had just done these seats and you see stuff flying back on it. So before we turn it in, we're going to have to kind of always give, we always give it a final vacuum, but this wind is not playing in our favor today at all. He still has to get up there and stuff. We're not to that part, but just wanted to give you a general idea. Yep. So let me go ahead and get back at it. So even though, like we said, the car wasn't hammered, so far we have this, which isn't probably going to be chocolatey brown. Mostly clear, but it does have a little tint to it, but nothing like vehicles in the past. So which means this one either, well, it does have the very good floor mats, but they might not go in it a lot, any number of things, but needless to say, it's not that hammered. Evening, folks. Gunny here once again from Gunny Worm. About 4 hours later, this Tahoe is dialed in, nice and shiny. Yep. which once was covered in bugs is now clear. So yes, I try not to cut corners, but I was a little pissed off today simply because we are in a dirt road, okay? And as I was cleaning, it's not the car's fault. You can imagine black dust. Every time I cleaned, the dust was swaying in the wind, and it was just attracting like a magnet. Every single thing I touched, dust. Your doors were open. You know, you just did it. The doors were open. It didn't look like it was done. But all in all, she's very satisfied. I am too. About 4 hours later, like I said, you saw the processes that we do. Been a little bit better if this was closed in, but beggars can't be choosers. We didn't even have to have this nice little shed. But anyway, for all your lawn care, pressure washing, detailing needs, please contact Gunny Worm Detail. For all your detailing needs, please contact Gina Dufresne, 810-484-1400. We look forward to hearing from you, and let me go enjoy the day, as I hope you do.